Alright, in this video we're going to be looking at surface area, and we'll start out with some surface area of some rectangular prisms. And surface area can be thought of as basically the amount of area covering every single surface in a particular object. All of these ones here are enclosed rectangular prisms, but obviously later on you may be asked to calculate the surface area of shapes which are maybe missing lids, missing sides, or missing particular parts of them. Let's get started with our first one, A. Looking at A, the first thing we need to do is recognize what we are actually doing for our surface area is calculating basically the area of each pair of sides. And we're going to do this by essentially multiplying each individual side by 2. So we are multiplying the area of each individual side by 2 and adding it to the next pair. And there'll be 3 pairs in total because there's 6 sides. So if we look at our first one, let's just calculate this end face area here. We can see that the base is going to be 5 and the height is going to be 10. So for both sides, it's going to be 2 groups of 5 times 10. Next, we're going to do 2 groups of our next side. So if we look at our side off to the front, we have 10 as our base length, and then the height will be 10 as well. So to get both this side and its back side, we are going to do 2 times 10 times 10. Finally, we've got one more pair to add on, and that's going to be our top and our bottom. Now our top has obviously the same as our base of 5 on this length, and then this side is obviously still going to correspond with this 10, so it's going to be 2 times 5 times 10. Okay, it's kind of confusing to talk about, but essentially what you're doing is you're identifying each of the different sides on a rectangular prism, and then you're multiplying it by 2. So you just need to be aware of each of the faces and that are different, and then multiply that particular area by 2. So the surface area here, 5 times 10 is 50, so 2 times that is going to be 100, and then 10 times 10 is also 100, so doubling that will be 200, and then we have 5 times 10, which is 50, and doubling that will be 100. So the end result is going to be 400 millimeters squared. Another way to think about this is to draw a net. And a net basically allows you to essentially draw out the entire shape and all of its faces before you get started, and you can then apply the dimensions that you would like to it. Okay, so these are the 6 faces. It's important to remember again that these pairs are going to be the same, right? This is both those end points. This is going to be both the top and the bottom are going to be this, and each side is going to be here. So when we fold this all up like a box, that's what we're essentially doubling, because each one of these pairs is going to be the same area. Okay, let's look at B. So for B, the surface area is going to be 2 multiplied by our base, so 5 by 5, plus 2 multiplied by, let's do this side one here, these side pair of rectangles, so 5 times 7, and then plus 2 multiplied by our final side, which is going to be this front shape, and that's again 5 times 7. Alright, so our surface area is going to be, well, 5 times 5 is 25, times 2 is 50, and then for this one, 5 times 7 is 35, multiplied by 2 is 70, and then the same down here is also 70. So So our surface area is going to equal 190 centimeters squared. If we look at C, for C we have a couple of things. We have a kind of this front side here we are going to do first. So our surface area is going to be equal to 2 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 9. And then we will do the front and back face, right? So that's 11. So 2 multiplied by 11 multiplied by the height, which is again 10. And then finally we just have to do the top and the bottom. So we know that this particular length is 9 centimeters, and we know that the length across is going to be 11. So 2 times 9 times 11. And you can see it's easier to differentiate the sides when all the numbers are different. It's a little bit more complicated when we're doing very similar size sides, because we can get kind of confused. Alright, so we have 90 times 2, which is 180, and then we add on 110 times 2, which is 220, and then we add on 99 times 2, which is 198. Alright, then the result will be 598 centimeters squared. Alright, for our last one, D, we have, let's do this face at the front and back first. So our surface area is going to be equal to 2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 6 plus 2 times, do the side here, so 10 long and 8 high. And then finally, we can do this top and bottom shape. So again, it's going to be 10 length and its width is going to be 6. Okay. Alright, now that we've done that, let's just simplify. 8 times 6 is going to be 48, and then we just multiply that by 2 and we get 96. And then 8 times 10 is 80, times 2 is 160, and then 60 times 2 is 120. So the result is 376 millimeters squared. Alright, that's it for this video. Hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.